Hi, welcome to Math 1400, Nunez Community College. This is prerequisite number 4. Prerequisite number 4 is slope of a line. When we look at slope, we look at the measure of the slant of a line. We measure slope if the line is on a coordinate plane having an x-axis and a y-axis. And we look at the slant of the line. If the slant from left to right, because it's always left to right, is going uphill, then this is called a positive slope. If the slant from left to right is going downhill, then this is called a negative slope. A negative slope. If from left to right, the line is not going up or down, it's just going horizontal, then this is called zero slope or no slope. And if the line from left to right is not going from left to right, it's a vertical line, straight up and down, then this would be called undefined. This would be called undefined. Now, from left to right, the slope is going to be the measure of how much it's going up as to how far it's going across. So slope, which by the way would be the variable m, the slope is known as the rise over the run. The rise or fall of a line from left to right, and run goes from left to right. It's running from left to right. So that would be the slope of the line. Now, we can measure the slope by counting coordinates of points that are on the line. For instance, if we have a line going through the origin, and let's say it's going up 3 and up 2, let's say this is our line, okay? We'll call it L1. If I'm trying to find the slope of that line, I would look at how high it goes up, or its rise, and it goes up 2 units for every 1, 2, 3 that it goes across. So our slope would be rise over run, or 2 over 3. 2 up for 3 across. We always go from left to right. If I'm trying to find the slope of a line that is not at the origin, suppose I'm back here and up 3, this would be what, -1, 3. And suppose it goes through 2, comma, -2. So this is our line, and these are the 2 points that we have on that line. Again, we can count. Instead of going up, it's going down. So it's going down what? It's going down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Going down 5 units for every what? 1, 2, 3 that it's going across. So this one would be a slope of -5, down 5 for every 3 that it goes across. The slope would be -5/3. Now, we can figure the slope using a slope formula. But before we do, we want to talk about what an equation would look like. This is going to be the slope intercept form of a line. Okay, form of a line. Slope intercept form of a line. It's going to look like y equals mx plus b. Y equals mx plus b, where m is going to be the slope intercept form. B is going to be the y-intercept. So we have a slope as whatever number is in front of the x, and then b by itself is the y-intercept, which means where it's going to cross the y-axis. So this here will give us a slope and an intercept. So if I have an example, would be y equals 2x plus 1. That would be an example of an equation of a line in slope-intercept form. The equation of a line in slope-intercept form. So if they give me this, they could ask me to find the slope. In this case, the slope would be the number in front of the x, 2, and they could ask me to find the y-intercept, and the y-intercept would be 1. And if I had to look at graphing this, I could graph this, which would be y-intercept is the first thing that we start at. We cross the y-axis at 1, so it would start right here. And we have a slope of 2, which means it would go up 2 for every 1 that it would go across, which means that would be the next point on that graph. And through any 2 distinct points, we can draw a line. That would be the line y equals 2x plus 1. That would be the line y equals 2x plus 1. So we could have y equals 8x plus 5, y equals 8x plus 5, and they could just ask us what is the slope and what is the y-intercept. In this case, we just look at it. Slope would be 8, y-intercept would be 0, 5. Even though I know it says 5, if it's looking for the y-intercept, we're looking for a coordinate. And any place that goes across the y-axis, any place that goes across the y-axis is 0, so it's 0, 1. Y-intercept is 0, 1. They could give us the line in another form. They could give it to us in what's called standard form. Standard form just means it's not in y equals mx plus b form yet. We may have to put it in y equals mx plus b form in order to find our slope and our y-intercept. So in this case, they have 3x plus 4y equals 8. 3x plus 4y equals 8. And they want us to find the slope and the y-intercept. Well, in order to find it, it must be in this form, which is y by itself equals. In this case, y is not by itself. So the first thing I want to do is I want to get the 3x away, get the 3x to the other side. So in order to do that, I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides, giving me 4y equals negative 3x plus 8. I just brought the 3x to the other side by subtracting it. Now in the slope-intercept form, it's y equals. This says 4y equals. So I need to get rid of the 4. I'm going to divide everything by 4. Canceling the 4's out, leaving me with y equals negative 3/4 x plus 8 over 4, which is y equals negative 3/4 x plus 2. 8 divided by 4 is 2. And now we have it in slope-intercept form, so now we can list its slope. Slope is negative 3/4, and we can list its y-intercept, which is 0, 2, because it's the ordered pair. And remember, this means it goes down 3 for every 4 that it goes across. Down 3 for every 4 that it goes across. Now suppose they just give us the 2 points, and they want us to find the slope, but it's not graphed, or it's too much to count, or it could be any number of things. We have a slope formula. Okay, a slope formula. It's m equals, and remember, it's the rise over the run. The rise is going to be the difference in the y's. So y2 minus y1 over the difference in the x's, giving me the run. So if they give us 2 points and they say find the slope of the line passing through the 2 points, negative 2, 0, and, remember and being the upside down V, and 3 comma 1, we'll designate one of them to be the ones, or the first point, and one being the second point. I'll designate this to be my first point, so I'll label it x1, y1, my first point. This be my second point, so I'll label it x2, y2. Once I put it into the formula, I got what? Y2. So 1 minus 0 over the difference in the x's, which is going to be what? 3 minus -2, which is plus 2. Giving me on the top 1 over 5. So the slope is going to be 1/5, which means it goes up 1 for every 5 that it goes across. It goes up 1 for every 5 that it goes across. Suppose they ask us to find the slope of the line passing through the 2 points, -1 comma 2 and 2 comma 2. Again, designate. I'll designate this my 1s, that's my 2s. So I'll have my slope, and that's going to be what? y2 minus y1, so that's going to be -2 over what? 2 plus 1, which would give me what? 0 over 3. 0 over 3, we can't leave it like that. 0 is on the top, so therefore the answer is 0. Suppose we also could have 3 comma 4 and 3 comma 1. So they want us to find the slope of the line passing through the 2 points, 3 comma 4 and 3 comma 1. In this case, we will have the slope is going to be what? 1 minus 4, y2 minus y1, over x2, 3 minus 3. In this case, we have -3 over 0. Unlike this one, which is 0, -3 over 0 gives me undefined. Can't happen. And the way I try to teach to remember it is if 0 is over the 3, over starts with an O, so 0. If 0 is under the number, under starts with a U, undefined. So remember, 0 over the number is a 0, 0 under the number is undefined. And that is the formula in order to find slope. Again, uphill from left to right, positive, downhill from left to right, negative. If it's a horizontal line, that's 0 slope, we're not going up or down, 0. And we can't do it if it's straight vertical, undefined. That concludes P4 for Math 1400, Nunez Community College. I'll catch you in the next one.